Namaskar. Hello and welcome to 𝗼𝗂𝘁 channel. I'm your host Sree Iyer. Joining me today is Sumit Peer on a different time. Usually we have this at 8 p.m. but today, because of all the news happening around us, we felt it was important that we bring you the latest even as the day dawns. Let's welcome Sumit Peer. Sumit ji, namaskar and welcome to 𝗼𝗂𝘁 channel.
Sri sir, namaskar, pranam, vanakkam, sadhuvaad, ram ram. Always a pleasure to be with you.
So, Sumitji, we are going to take a few issues with respect to the Israel-Hamas conflict and also the statements that the United States Secretary of Defense has made, Lloyd Austin. I don't know where you would like to start, but I would like to start by asking our viewers to please like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and also to like this video. Over to you, sir.
Ji. Thank you, sir. In the name of Bhagwan Sri Ganesha, let's do the Sri Ganesha of this vlog or this broadcast. Sir, and what you rightly said, I completely endorse your point of view. The things are changing in Middle East every 10 minutes. And the way it is panning out, it's anybody's game now. Unfortunately, I have to use that word. Because, you know, the actors which were behind the curtains are coming in the open now. That is a major change which happened before when we talked on it last and when it happened. Now the actors are out in open. Koi chupa nahi hai. I mean, they're coming out in the open and saying, okay, here we are. What are the important developments? Then we'll correlate to what are the Americans saying, what are the terrorists of Hamas which have been captured, what they had to say, what was the agenda given to them. I mean, how is the China, and what we are trying to cover a lot of things in a very less span of time so that our viewers are most updated as half an hour back what happened. The first and the most important thing, sir, is that now Iran is out and open. Iran is out and open. Iran is backing it, and Iran's foreign minister is running everywhere and trying to get support of it. That's the first and the most important thing. So yesterday he went to Beirut. Beirut, he meets Islamic Jihad, he meets Hezbollah, he meets Lebanese foreign minister, he meets Hassan Nasrallah. And they are the people whom he is meeting. So he is meeting all these so-called resistance or terrorist organizations out and open. So Israel's involvement is out and open. And people say that, the sources say, when he was trying to land in Syria, when the Israelis bombarded the tarmacs. So he was kind of carrying some arms and ammunition for the Syrian resistance group. That's point number one. So Iran's involvement is quite open. Yesterday, we saw that on the call of Ittifada, so many people have mobilized across the whole world. If you look at Baghdad yesterday, I think few 100,000 people were kind of, marching in Baghdad, and they were saying we want to join the resistance. If we look at Lebanon, there are various small factions, and they are quite lethal. I'm talking about minus Hezbollah. From Iraq, a lot of people have called, including the Kurd force and all. They have reached the border of Jordan. They are saying in Jordan, open the border, we want to join the fight. If we look at the Jordan wall and the Lebanon wall, people are climbing up the wall and they want to jump in and join. We have seen same demonstration in France, where the police kind of taught them a lesson. We have seen in whole of Europe. We have seen in Denmark. We have seen everywhere demonstrations, and across the Muslim world. These demonstrations we've seen, and people have been cropping up in big numbers to support this. So Iraq we have seen, Iran we have seen, we are talking of Lebanon, we are talking of Syria, we are talking of Jordan, and Jordan had to deploy military on the border. They had to use tear gas shells and all to disperse people to forcibly jump into Iraq. But there are militias from Iraq which have reached Jordan and say, bhai, there was a follow, we want to join in. And these people all are, these age of 16, 22, 23, they want to die and get united with 72 routes. So we have seen militias cropping up everywhere. I did a rough estimate, sir. I did a rough estimate, right? I did a rough estimate, and we are showing that how these people have been cropping up. I'll tell you. First of all, these people have been cropping up everywhere. Now, if you look at the Hezbollah, if you look at Wadai's brigade, if you look at these small jihadis, if you look at all, Sri sir, we are talking of 1 to 1.5 million, or slightly more than that. These resistance groups are grouping around Israel, to join. And when we talk of this jihad, we cannot leave Pakistan out of it, but that's but natural. These terrorist organizations of Pakistan yesterday came up with band baja. They come out with loudspeakers, Palestinian flags, And they were saying, we are joining the resistance. We are with Palestine. Now, Rishi Sunak has said that if anybody, any student and all gets into this activity, he'll be deported. A lot of European countries have put a ban on pro-Palestinian, these demonstrations. And police is, even in Italy, we have seen instances, we have seen otherwhere where police has started taking the charge and using the batons. Today, right now, it's batons and tear gases, but if things go out of control, something more will be done. So, the Intifada call, we could see two important things. We could see hundreds and thousands of people coming and hitting the streets. That is one important across the Islamic world. And second thing we saw is this: a lot of these chota bada resistance groups or militias, they're all joining. Even from the Gaza, they're saying we'll join. Even from the Egypt, there are some people who want to join. Now we know Turkey Sadat is there. With all these things happening in the Middle East, yesterday there was one more major development. As we always suspected, People's Republic of China. China's foreign minister, Wang Yi, supported Palestine. He said whatever happened in Palestine, because there's a 50 years of injustice done, that is why this happened. So he is blaming Israel for the injustice. He is blaming West for the injustice. And he is justifying the terror of Hamas. That is for you, People's Republic of China. I told you that day only when this deputy editor of Global Post had put something on these lines. I told you this is the China's government's line, and this is what they're going to say. So yesterday they have come and spoken. And Israelis have condemned China for talking this. And what happened in China yesterday? An Israeli diplomat got stabbed. He's critical now.
I saw that video.
He got stabbed. What happened in France yesterday? A school teacher gets stabbed in the school. I mean, you see what the point I'm trying to make. These, shockwaves are going to schools. They are going to embassies. They are going to everywhere. What we have done in India, we have increased security against all Israeli consulates. We have put forces on the highest alert, and wherever Jewish neighborhoods are there, they have been completely protected, and we make sure nobody can harm any of our Jewish brothers. So this is what's happening. And by the way, we have Indian Jews also, sir. It's not we have Israeli Jews. We have Indian Jews also. They are Indians and they are Jews. So Jews are a part of Indian society. Nobody can deny them that right, and nobody can touch a Jew in India. That is amply sure. Now, if you look at these things happening, what is going to happen? Iran is out in the open. Now, Lebanon is out in the open. We have said Iraqi militias have reached the Jordan. Jordan king has said earlier, but he's trying to stop them. I don't know how we can stop them. Lebanon, they are trying to, climb the wall and jump into Iran. So, things are getting bad. And Saudis, what I am not surprised at all. What have Saudis done? Saudis say we support Palestine. It's a foreign minister statement. We support Palestine. So Saudis can stand clear. Okay, so they are with Palestine. Now, I always say that you cannot trust the house of Sauds. It's an unreliable house. You cannot trust them. And I know MBS has compulsions, but this is what Saudis have finally said. Now, Bahrain and UAE, the position has not changed. Turkey, by the way, what is Turkey saying? What is Khalifa saying? The great Khalifa is saying, when Anthony Blinken, day before yesterday, when he landed in Israel, he said, look, I'm not come here as a Secretary of State. I am come here as a Jew. My grandfather was slaughtered and gas chambered because he was a Jew. I have empathy or sympathy for Jews, which any Jew should have. I mean, it's okay.
Are you talking about Austin or Blinken?
No, Anthony Blinken.
Blinken. Okay.
Anthony Blinken.
Right.
So he said, I'm a Jew. I'm come here as a Jew. When he was with Benjamin Netanyahu in a joint press conference, when Mr. Netanyahu said anybody who supports terror directly, indirectly, finances or sympathizes is a terrorist. And it was kind of endorsed by Mr. Anthony Blinken. He said, I'm a Jew. I'm here because my grandfather was also slaughtered and my heart goes out for them. I'm not here as a Secretary of State. So now Erdogan replies yesterday, what if I tell you I am a Muslim, I'm not the head of the Egypt. Arey Baba, we know you are a Muslim. We know you're supporting all Islamic terrorists. So there's nothing wrong. And the most dangerous element in all this, if you look, Sree sir, is Islamic Jihad. Islamic Jihad is a very, very dangerous group. They believe in absolute brutality, and they are more dangerous than Hamas in some ways, where they act suicide bombings and all that. They believe in, they want to die. They are in a hurry to die and get united with 72 hosts. So that is what is happening in the Middle East. Now China's angle is out open. Now, yesterday, one more thing happened. We can see some videos and we'll go to the other things. Sachin bhai, if you can show us a few videos, then we can go to that. There's a lot to talk about today. A lot of developments happened. These are our friendly neighborhood Pakistanis, jihadis, supporting jihadis. ये देखिए. I want to show you this video. We'll stop this because it's in Arabic. This is deputy head of Hezbollah. Deputy head of Hezbollah. He's doing a public speech and he's threatening America that if you come here, all your assets, all your people, and all your nationals will be a liberal target for Hezbollah across the world and for Islamic resistance across the world. He's asking all the Muslims to unite, and this is what. Now here is deputy head of Hezbollah directly threatening United States of America that will attack your civilians, will attack your assets, will attack your bases across wherever we are in our hitting range. And this is Lebanon. And this is Lebanon. We know what happened in Benghazi. We know what happened in Benghazi. So he's basically trying to, try to hint something like a Benghazi situation. We can go to the next video. Next.
Have moved urgently to respond to this crisis and to send a strong message of deterrence. The USS Gerald R. Ford Carrier Strike Group is now in the region, led by the largest aircraft carrier in the world. We've augmented U.S. fighter aircraft squadrons in the Middle East, and the U.S. Department of Defense stands fully ready to deploy additional assets if necessary. As President Biden has said, for any country, for any group, or anyone thinking about trying to take advantage of this atrocity, to try to widen the conflict or to spill more blood, we have just one word: don't. The world is watching, and so are we. And we aren't going anywhere.
So this is General Lloyd Austin. He is the Secretary of Defense or the Defense Minister of the United States of America. He's a ex-4-star general. So he's a war veteran. It's not, he's a politician turned into general. He understands the war very well. Now the US's biggest aircraft carrier, which has a displacement of 100,000 tons, the biggest warship in the world. Now they have moved that. Now there are F-16s, there are F-35s, and I was also reading there are some Lancers, which are those state-of-art, higher attack aircrafts and bombers. They are there. B-52s are there, F-16s, F-35s. All the state-of-art American arsenal is there. They are hitting there. Now, exactly, they have kept them out of the hitting range of, Irani rockets, but they are there to support Israel. So there's a very, very clear message coming from United States of America. Any group, any country. So any country means Qatar, any country means Iran, any country means Turkey, everybody, any country. If you are trying to get into it, we are here to defend Israel and will protect Israel. So in a way, America is signaling, push comes to shove, we will be jumping in. It's a very, very clear mandate, and we have war arsenal. Yesterday, I was tracking, there are multiple aircrafts from United States of America, these Globemasters, which have landed in Israel, and they are full of ammunition. America has been shipping, tons and tons of state-of-art ammunition to Israel. I have seen ammunition there are some transporters which have landed from Denmark. There are some transporters which have landed from Canada. And there are some transporters which are landed from France. So France, America, and Denmark, everybody is shipping, as we talk, has shipped ammunition to Israel. So Israel is completely stacked with ammunition. And the amount of quantum of ammunition which Israel has, as per some estimates, they can burn down Gaza in a minute. So that is happening on the American side. So Americans are in the game, they are going to chip in. And as per some unconfirmed sources, we know that America, Delta teams and all are already kind of in Israel. They are already in Israel because we know 22 Americans are killed and around 10 to 15 Americans so far we know are missing, which are supposed to be, it's a bit tough to say where they are, but looks tough. So we have this Americans are dead. So American has a legitimate right to intervene because you have killed Americans, and so things are happening. In the meanwhile, what is India doing? India is running Operation Ajay. They are trying to get our civilians out. We have around 20,000 Indians who are there, and I think the planes have started hitting Delhi. We are trying to get them out. because there is a 24-hour window given by Israel, and they have earmarked a corridor, right? They earmarked a corridor that this is how these people from Gaza hummed this. Gaza should leave. And even there are hospitals in Gaza which have been told, look, you have to evacuate with patients. Now there is one of the biggest hospitals in Gaza, and it is running on generators. If the generators run out, everybody in hospital is going to die. So the things are getting really, really tough. And we're seeing the resistance in the Islamic world is really high. Iran is out in the open, China is out in the open. And what does Putin say? Now, Vladimir Putin is saying that there should not be civilian casualties in Palestine and Gaza. Well, Mr. Putin, that is impossible. That may not be true. There are going to be civilian casualties, right? There are going to be civilian casualties because from these civilians only, these Hamas terrorists come. Now, if we have that Hamas terrorist video leaked during interrogation, I would want to show that. Sachin bhai, there's a video on that.
Yeah,
Hamas
it's coming up. It's coming up.
Let's see what Hamas had intentions.
قتلوها حسب الدين ممنوع هذا كله اللي بيصير الخطف والزنا والهذا كله ممنوع قطع رؤوسهم كان حماس بعد ما قتلوا الناس قطع رؤوسهم جنبهم
ايش كان بدهم يعاونوا مع النسوان اللي خطفوهم؟
بقول لك يمكن زنا اغتصاب اعتداء تحقيق كل واحد له فكرة زنوا اعتدوا عليهم الأطفال يمكن زنوا فيهم خطفوهم اعتدوا عليهم قتلوهم.
Now here it is from the horse's mouth. For all those left liberals, all the cabal who have been trying to say no, this is propaganda, this is not what happened, this is not what exactly happened, this is a Hamas terrorist. He's saying we were given an instruction to go after women of all age, women of age, rape them all. Even teenage girls were a target for raping. And he says babies which killed them, who chopped the head. He's saying he chopped the head. Now it's not aspersions we're casting. You heard from the horse's mouth, he's saying we are trying to go for the all age women, sir. That means even if a girl is 6 years old or 5 years old, she's the target for raping. I mean, what more barbaric can you talk? A 95-year-old woman is also a target for rape. And kill them, whore them, sell them, rape them. Everybody by default. You see, he's again using rape. When he's asked about the babies, he said, we chop the head. So, chopping of the baby's head and burning them alive, he said it's right from the horse's mouth. And all girls are our target. Why girls? Because you can use girls as sex slaves. You can sell these girls. You can make money out of them. You can use them. He says we can use them whatever way we want. Kill them, use them, rape them, sell them. I mean, I can't have words to describe that. And what we have also seen, sir, what has emerged, these jihadis were trained. They will capture a few groups and go to the border. Leave them there. Another group will come and take them to Gaza. So they will come back for the next lot. So they will again pick up a next lot, go to the border. There was another group ready who was going to take them. Now, as all the media of the world is now talking what we have been talking from the first day, it is not work of Hamas. This precision, this accuracy is not work of the Hamas. If you see the way drones were used, if you see the drones were used to infiltrate, the drones were used to bomb tanks, who has expertise in this? Turkey, 𝗣𝗚𝘂𝘆 drones and others. These pinpointed targeted attacks, rocket barrage, who has experts in this? Iran. I mean, the way of these guerrilla attacks, getting girls, abducting, and who has expertise in this? Who has this 9/26/11 point of expertise? Pakistan. North Korean weapons reaching there. We know China is now supporting, sir. It's all out in the open. China is supporting terrorists of Hamas. What more do you want to say? You know, White House released headline image saying North Korea shipped arms to Russia. Yeah, this has also happened. North Korea has shipped arms to, I think, few containers of arms. They are talking of few containers of arms. Maybe 1,000 containers of arms were shipped by North Korea to Russia. This is also open. How? Now, Vladimir Putin says we want to have no civilian casualties. But at the same time, what is happening, you know, he's admitting that the arms given by the West to the Ukrainians have hit the black market, have hit the dark web, and they have reached Hamas. We have already told how some of the arms were smuggled from Pakistan, Iran, and they reached Hamas. The arms from dark web have also reached Hamas. This is all happening as we talk. Now, incidentally, IDF, what is IDF doing? IDF is at the doorsteps of this Gaza border, right? 1,000 containers. Yeah, that's what I said. Now, IDF is already at the doors of Gaza border, right? They are waiting for their green light to enter Gaza. But reports are out, the tank regiment has done some limited strikes, and there's an elite group, which is a very confidential group. They have done strikes within Gaza and all. They have killed more than 60 Hezbollah fighters and rescued around more than 100 hostages. But unfortunately, sir, my view is, I hope and pray I'm wrong, there are more than hundreds of hostages in Gaza, because when I discovered this mechanism, they were taking them to the border. There was a different team who was taking them hostage. We were just dropping them to the border point and they were taking them hostage. So by that logic, and unfortunately, they are kids and ladies are maximum, because they killed most of the men. So kids and ladies are the maximum. So Israel is going to walk a very, very tight rope inside Gaza. But Israel doesn't have a lot of time. I'm very sure Iran and Hezbollah and this Al-Balali, these Kurds, these Houthis, these all are going to jump in. It's a matter of time. These chota mota militias, I don't even remember their names. There are so many of them. They are located everywhere. Now, there's one more dimension I want to show you. This is Ayyash 250. What is this Ayyash 250? For the first time, a surface-to-air missile was launched. Range 250 kilometers. This is what Hamas claims. Ayyash 250. This was launched on Israel yesterday. And the target was Tel Aviv airport. Now the point here is, who gave Palestinians, who gave Hamas this technology? Where did Hamas get the technology to make a surface-to-air rocket? I'm not talking about Katusha, chota wota, no masale wala rocket. This is a proper surface-to-air rocket with a range of 250 kilometers. Who gave them the technology? Who gave them the partners? Who gave them the money? These are questions which are here. You can see North Korea, you can see China, or you can see Iran. There are 3 people who have this kind of technology to give it to them. I told you, sir, in the last broadcast, when I looked at the stands, what Hamas had demonstrated, these surface-to-air launching rockets. When I looked at the structure, I told you it's North Korean designs. So they were essentially North Korean designs. So North Korea means China. Anything to do with North Korea means China. So China having a footprint is very there. And what him is agitated by US aircraft carriers moving in Mediterranean. He says we will respond by nuclear attack. Now, I don't understand, if the aircraft carriers of US are in Mediterranean, how does it affect Kim? That tells you what is China. Kim is a pet dog of China, which they used to bark and when they give him some bones. So he will bark and say, I'll send a nuclear missile to China. Right? No, this is what is happening. And in the last in our last broadcast, we talked about how Barack Hussein Obama helped China to come up, how they helped Iran to come up. So this we have already covered. Now, these are the things which are happening there. Now, Egypt is saying, I will not let any refugees come in. He has closed his border. West Bank, the militias of West Bank are ready to join force. They have also announced that we will join the force and we'll fight Israelis. Now, one thing has to be very clear, Sree sir. एक चीज बहुत clear है. When it comes to Islam, I think all the Islamic countries minus 1 or 2 see religion first. They don't see terrorism. They don't see anything. It is Islam. It is Muslim first. It's Muslim Brotherhood first. Terrorism, ethics, morals, all go down the drain. All go down the drain. Imagine if you are not Israel, if you are a normal Christian country, and if you are surrounded by so many Islamic countries, and if you don't have a United States of America backing you up, if you don't have this state-of-art machinery, if you don't have these weapons and all they have raised, what will you do? Yesterday, the European Union had reached there and she had to hide in a bomb shelter. Day before yesterday, the UK's foreign minister reached there, he had to hide in a bomb shelter. I mean, now you have the muscle of USA, which is the biggest firepower in the world. There's no doubt on it. Now you have US backing you. You have we have West backing you. And everybody is backing you. If you are not Israel, if you are not Jews, you are a Christian country and you are surrounded by the Islamic countries, what will happen to you? How many people will come and back you? That is the question the world needs to answer. I am appalled. I thought the Islamic world will show some grace now because these Hamas are terrorists. Now, unfortunately, out of 56, 57 Islamic countries, 55 seem to be backing Hamas. They are not supporting Israel. And there's one statement of General Austin where he says there is no time for neutrality. You cannot say I'm neutral. It's like 2611. You're on with us or you're with them. There is nothing called neutral. That window, I'm very happy Lloyd Austin has kind of closed that window. That is very sane diplomacy because you have to kind of decide, bhai aap kis side ho? Is side ho, us side ho. You cannot be in between. I'm neither here, neither there. Yes, sir, you wanted to.
I have a question. This missile that was launched at the Tel Aviv International Airport, did the Iron Dome shoot it down?
Yeah, Iron Dome put it down. They could not get it through. But you see, there is a problem, sir, with Iron Dome. There is something called as a saturation strike. Saturation strike is, let's say you have 5 Iron Dome batteries. They can intercept, let's say, 2,000 missiles, right? But if you fire 7,000, it goes beyond the capability of Iron Dome. So what else Israelis have, we don't know, or what else Americans, maybe Patriot batteries have been shipped and all, we don't know. So now our problem here complexes, because now Hamas has shown you, I have 200 kilometer range missile, I have a 250 kilometer surface to air missile. This cannot be made by Hamas. It is very, very clear. So role of Iran, China and South Korea and even Pakistan is very, very clear. Drones, dropping bombs on Israeli tanks, pinpoint accuracy. Turkey, they have this technology. Surprise attacks by these propelled rockets, Iran, they have this technology. So these all people have been going together and trying to build this. Now, let me take you back. What did Hezbollah say? Hezbollah says, I had 15,000 surface to air missiles. And I have 150,000 rockets. Wo chote wale rocket, those sort of. Now, if Hezbollah jumps in, what is the option Americans have? What is the option? America has to go and burn Lebanon out. That's the only way you can control them. Because such saturation strikes cannot be controlled by Iron Dome. That is the problem we are seeing here. So we have these 1.5 million jihadis going around Israel. We have this arsenal. We have surface-to-air missiles. And today we have American aircraft doing the reconnaissance over the entire Middle East, where they are trying to find. We have even the European Union aircraft which have joined in. We have everybody which have joined in. And Hamas is now saying, yes, I forgot to mention, he is now saying that I have a full-fledged war with Jews and Christians. This is the Hamas deputy chief, which has also said in that statement. I will have a full-fledged war. I will eliminate all Jews anywhere in the world, and next will be Christians. So in a way, Hamas is announcing a war with Jews and Christians. It is out in the open. And we have seen Pakistani jihadis and all coming and helping them. We have seen Vladimir Putin has changed a bit of his stance. He's talking of no civilian casualties. Well, there were civilian casualties in Ukraine. You can't talk of no civilian casualties. It's a war. There will be casualties. So we have to see how the things turn up. That is why, Mahmoud Abbas went to Russia. That's why he went to Russia. What was he doing in Russia? He exactly did what he was supposed to do. Now, with all these things happening on the ground, now Israel has given this window, which is going to end very soon. And now the ground offensive of Gaza will start. Israel's biggest problem is hostages, sir. My guess is they are in hundreds. And second thing is, Israelis have been yesterday using a word called Gaza metro. And I mean, the first thing that struck my mind, there is no metro in Gaza. Yeah? What are you talking about Gaza metro? Then I looked into it. What is this concept of Gaza metro about? You know, sir, what is Gaza metro? Gaza is 1/4 the size of Delhi. 1/4. Delhi ka 1/4. Now, Delhi has around 370 kilometers of metro lines. All, if I put all together, this is what Delhi's metro is. You know how much is the tunnel network of Gaza? More than 500 kilometers. It's 1/4 of Delhi. You have 500 kilometers of underground tunnels. You have 500, and there have down-developed ammunition dumps, small ammunition dumps in those channels. Ye bhi hai unke paas, right? So that is called Gaza metro. Now, Israelis' biggest challenge is to take out this Gaza metro. If you're seeing the targeted strikes which are hitting the bottom of the building, when the building forms, the tunnels form. Tunnels kind of collapse. And a lot of these jihadis are hiding inside that. A lot of people are hiding inside that. They are waiting for IDF to come so that it gets bloody. Gee, you want me?
So these are not just random tunnels. These are sophisticated tunnels. Some places they are in multi-layers. Also, correct, there are factories manufacturing things like AK-47 guns in some of these underneath. So the city, so this is one of the reasons why Israel allegedly couldn't find out, because they didn't know what was being manufactured in these factories. Yesterday, we showed all the things. In fact, if you look at Sumit Peer's Twitter timeline, he is showing you the markings, the what do you call that? The wing gliders. There's a company, KGF.com, in China, which makes them, Chinese company. And, so anything there that was found in this attack, now more or less things have been identified. This is probably the source. This is probably the source. I am also hearing one more thing, that this is on the anvil that's being discussed by the Israeli cabinet, and that is what they want to do is to create a 1 kilometer buffer zone on east and west of Gaza after they occupy it, and a 5 kilometer buffer zone on the top and the bottom. In other words, they'll have a fair amount of distance where nobody's supposed to be.
That is what they should do.
Nothing ever can happen like this again. And then what is going to be happening inside Gaza? That is another question. First, they are going to clean out the first upper half. Then probably they are going to build these things. So this is like we are saying about these. These are the early days. A lot of stuff is going to happen. But the most important thing in all these things is you can amass 1 million people there. Pretty soon, if they all say that we are going to kill you, then bombs are going to take them out. They can't shoot back with a daisy cluster bomb or something like that. The bombs that were used by US in Iraq, for example, they had these going all the way in even in Afghanistan. Remember that?
Yeah. There are bombs available.
They are built to bust all these tunnels. And,
Sir,
So the next stage is going to be much more dramatic, and I think the tunnel system networking where they were hoping to run out, I think that is now completely broken up. And what is going to happen next is even the tunnels, even assuming you have generators, how long are you going to run these things? At some point, you're going to run out of juice because ingress, egress is completely stopped. You can't get in, get out. So how long are they going to be able to manage like this? My information, Sumitji, is I think there are another 100 probably hostages still locked inside. 100, probably.
So, they have rescued a lot. I think one lot was 100, 250. Yes. But still they are playing it very safe because sir, ye jo kal pata laga na, what we came to know yesterday, that there was you see how organized it was. You go to a Israeli neighborhood, get hostages, put them to the border. There's a different teams who will take the jahan rakhna hai. So the same team will come back, pick up another lot and go back again. I mean, especially women and children. I mean, women and children will use that. So it is hell amount of planning. And what we claimed in P Gurus, and one of the early broadcasts on this, it has come true. I told you that there was a deception created within West Bank. There were some sophisticated weapons which were shifted to West Bank, and Israelis caught that the focus was kept on West Bank, so that whatever is happening in Gaza, they didn't know. And let me tell you, I can tell you today, whatever happened in Gaza was not planned in Gaza. It was not executed in Gaza. Even that, when these scenarios were created, how to attack the kibbutz, that village and all, these scenarios were not created in Gaza, sir. Every inch of Gaza is mapped by Mossad. Now you will come to know, I won't be surprised one day we'll come to know they were created in North Korea, China or Pakistan. These scenarios. Remember, I was the biggest critic of Benjamin Netanyahu meeting Xi Jinping. I told him, Mr. Benjamin Netanyahu, we love you, we like you, but don't meet this man. He's as evil as you can think. I mean, you can't think of a more evil man than him. So I said, he will stab you in the back. And that is what China does with everybody. He stabbed even the Israelis in the back. You see, now Chinese involvement is very clear. And yesterday what happened to the Chinese diplomat was really, really deplorable. While in China, you say you have to register your social security and a knife will be shipped to your house. So they know who was the attacker. They know who attacked him. And they say Islamist attacked. I mean, you can mess with Uyghurs and roast them alive, literally. And you are saying an Islamist came and attacked the Israeli ambassador on a broad day. Wow. This is China for you. This is where China's safety is. Now, one important dimension is here. With all these things happening on, there's one man which is very, very unhappy. That is Vladimir Zelensky. Americans have given a statement, look, we are reaching end of the rope when it comes to supporting Ukraine. They have already said that. Now, when it comes to priority between Israel and Ukraine, the priority is Israel. It is already said. Now, Zelensky doesn't know how to handle Vladimir Putin. He doesn't know what to do, which country to run. Europeans have haath khade kar diye, bhaiya, bahut ho gaya. Europe is helping Israel. Because look, Israel is more problem to the entire world than this. Because here the conflict is between the two countries. Here the conflict is between the civilizations. And this Hamas and Hezbollah now directly declaring a war against the Christians is a very dangerous turn of events. So this is what has happened. You are saying there is a war between this, and Iranian foreign minister is meeting everybody, all the jihadi groups. मतलब ऐसे मिल रहा है जैसे they are sovereign countries. Have you seen a foreign minister of a republic meeting terrorists? Welcome to Iran. I have been always maintaining, sir, these Iranis you cannot trust. These Iranis you cannot trust. If you have a person like Khomeini who's running them, you cannot trust. And one thing that is completely shattered, sir. Russia is emerging as a winner, and with due respect to West and America, one thing of you are building bridge to the Islamic world, enabling the Muslim world, getting friends with them is all gone. What happened yesterday in Qatar? I'll tell you two instances. I have so many things in my mind, I don't know what to say, what not to leave. Now, Qatar yesterday issued a statement. If Palestine bombing is not stopped, we'll cut the gas to the world. We'll cut the gas to the world. Ye Qatar keh raha tha. Itna sa country hai Qatar. And we were questioning that. Why did US give them FIFA? Now and yesterday, what I really saw, I don't have a video, I have shown you. You know what happened there? Now, Qatar first said, okay, let's negotiate, we'll try to get these hostages out and all. They said, sorry, we are not interested. Right? Israel said, we are not interested. Again, what is hostages? They will want a ceasefire. Ceasefire is that Hamas ko chhod do, don't dismantle their infrastructure. That is what the Qatar wants to do, basically. Now, yesterday, that is their Qatar's warning to the whole world. I've been telling you on the last show that Qatar has been sending these fillers to the world. We will cut the gas. Now, yesterday, Al Jazeera kindly announced it. Now, today I have seen a contradicting news. They say, now there's a new news which says that Qatar's foreign minister says, no, we are not, thoda dar gayi hai, we are not going to do this and all that, taking a bit of a backseat. But yesterday, you could have seen Anthony Blinken's body language when he was in Qatar. He was doing a joint briefing with the Amir of Qatar, and I don't have that video, but I can't send you right now. I have to scroll through a lot of videos. So you could see the body language. I have not seen American Secretary of State so helpless. I know Anthony Blinken, he might be an old school guy, but the body language, agar aap dekhenge na, he was literally, he was in a very, very uncomfortable position. He had kind of given up. And these Qataris are fully capable of cutting the gas to the world. So you have Russians not giving you the gas, you have Qataris not giving you the gas, and hasn't the American policy of enabling the Muslim world, building the bridge with Muslim world failed? What has Muslim world done? Very clear. Support Hamas, support Hezbollah, support Nasrullah, Islamic Jihad, al-Wala'i, Kurd force, Houthis. Or abhi Shia Sunni ka bhi farak nahi. There's no Shia Sunni difference. All are one when it comes to taking out Kafirs and Christians. So what I was telling that somebody has lit the fuse. It is an imminent war which is going to happen. Look, Israel cannot hold back. Israel cannot hold back. They have to go into Gaza. And Gaza, if you have to get down, unfortunately, my analysis is, sir, agar aapko ye tunnel, if you have to get down this underground tunnel network, Gaza Metro, it's not the crude tunnels. They are really good tunnels with ammunition facility, manufacturing. A lot of there's a Gaza too, which is underground. There's a bigger part of Gaza which is underground. 500 kilometers of a underground tunnel network and infrastructure of a city which is 1/4 of Delhi, you can imagine. So everywhere there are tunnels. So if you have to get down these tunnels, you have to bring down all the buildings. So Gaza will be leveled. Gaza has to be leveled. There is no way, because as long as these tunnels are there, the threat will remain. Now somebody will start crying and say, "Hi Allah, Musalman maar diye." But then they have to say, what were these doing? Where did these tunnels come up? Where in a country you have 500 kilometers of underground tunnels? Which country has that? And I mean, hypocrisy cannot be your ultimate card. You can't always play a victim. You can't always say that, because we are Islam, we are Muslim, we are attacked, we have this Muslim victim card. Things are over. And time has come for people like Iran and Hezbollah and all to be shown their awqat. And now you have to take out Iran. I had a very interesting picture somebody sent me. If you look at the Iran and if you look at the American bases surrounding Iran, mind-boggling. There are so many American bases which are surrounding Iran, and if push comes to shove, Americans can dismantle Iran in hours. Hours you can be dismantled. But what is the dangerous game China is playing? China has activated its pet dog, Kim Jong-un. Okay, if you do something, I'll throw them nuclear missile on your American aircraft carriers. Even Hamas has released pictures how they are going to destroy American aircraft carriers. I warn these idiots. Do you know what are you playing with? You go and attack the American aircraft carrier, you will be evaporated. You goddamn jihadis will be evaporated. And that your land will become radioactive. You don't understand what you're doing. You want to take out the American aircraft carrier. China ki auqat nahi hai. USSR cannot take it out. Russia cannot take it out. Do you think you can take out Hamas? And that Kim Jong-un is another thing. And in the turn of events, Donald Trump says, I am completely with Israel and Bibi Netanyahu. So Donald Trump has given 101% support to Israel and Benjamin Netanyahu, because, as I told you, Joe Biden doesn't have an option. Though yesterday he flipped in Philadelphia again. He was trying to mitigate a staircase, 3-4 staircase. He flipped again. That's a different issue. But he again, so I think the Americans, Republicans, Democrats, they have no option but to support Israel. And these Hamas and Hezbollah talking about Christians as the next target after Jews is a very dangerous turn of events. These militias ganging up, they come with their arsenal. They are all saying, "Darwaza kholo, we want to fight." People want to jump over the wall and fight. And let me tell you, there's a concept in this Arabic world, because I have traveled extensively in Middle East, all the countries. They call it shahid. Shaheed means shahid. Shahid means, when we say, when in Hindus we die, we say we have gone to Vaikuntha. It's a transformation from this life to another life, right? For them, shahid is a transformation. They say he has not died. Understand, sir, I'm trying to make a very important point. For them, the person has not died. Sorry, wake up. It is a shahid. Like, when a person is, let's say, 90, my grandfather died at 93 or 94. We said he went to the Swarg. He has moved from earth, he has gone to the Swarg. From them, it's a transformation, right? Of the transformation of the soul. For them, shahid is a transformation. Person doesn't die, he becomes shahid. He's in heaven with 72 virgins and with honey of liquor and all this honey and milk and all the rivers of honey and milk, and he's ever youthful and he's just enjoying and having intercourse all the day. That is what they believe. So you have to understand, it is not a death. Here it's a transformation. So you are talking of a population who believes in transformation. For them, for you and me, he has died. For him, he's transformed to shahid. So he's already with the virgins and having a nice gala life. And I told you, all the terrorists are where in the age of 16 to 23. Look at this boy. He's around 16, 17, which I showed you the video. He is 16 years old. This is where they got the new brigade. Sir, things are really getting bad. Things are getting out of control. Iran has come in the open. These Iraqis, we have seen the public militias are there. Jordan is silent. Egypt is still holding the fort. I don't know how long can 𝙒𝙗𝑆𝐶 hold the fort. So, West Bank, all these Kurds, everybody is willing to become a shahid. Shahid is not dying, by the way. Shahid, they will transform into a different life. Well, they will have virgins and they will have a gala life. This is what we are handling today. And the amount of ammunition which has reached Israel and the amount of ammunition they have, and let's not forget Israel is nuclear also. It is mind-boggling. It is mind-boggling. But what I'm really worried about, I'm very worried about this Kim. The kind of dhamkis he's giving, the kind of, this, he's doing that, I will bomb and I'll do that. He's a very crazy man. And if he tries something like that on the behest of China, then the shit is really going to hit the fan. And he has already started threatening Korea and Japan. And what has China said this morning, which I was really amazed at? Japan is a security threat to China. Do you believe it, she said? Japan is a security threat to China. Ye aaj subah ka statement hai, just a few hours back. So with these kind of fast-paced developments helping and the undercurrents coming up, now it's not the Middle East with a whirlpool of undercurrents. The whirlpool of undercurrents has hit almost the whole world. And what does the China want? China wants to keep trouble out of the South China Sea. So epicenter has shifted from South China Sea. It has gone to the Mediterranean. And that is what exactly China wants. And as long as they have North Korea with its arsenal, they can keep on threatening anybody, everybody, and to everybody. This is where the problem is. So the world is going through a very, very difficult situation. We hope and pray good sense prevails. But what I can tell you right now, there's an imminent 101% Israel will enter Gaza. Israel will enter Gaza. There'll be casualties, because if you look at this underground network, you have to dismantle whole Gaza Street. That is unfortunate but true. So when you dismantle that, there'll be civilian casualties. And I was always wondering, she said, when there's so much of bombardment is happening, why the people are not dying? You know why people are not dying? They're already in those tunnels, in those bunkers they've created in those tunnels. The Gaza 2, the underground Gaza 2, where the people are hiding. But it's a matter of time. When IDF enters, and let me tell you, Gazans, Hezbollah, Hamas, if you're listening to this, you know what is the arsenal Israel is using right now against you? It's 1971 old bombs. They're trying to get rid of the Purana Kachra hota na, the old bombs. They're trying to get use of the old bombs. The state of art Bomb systems have not hit you. They are 1971 fin-controlled missile system which Israel is using right now. They're trying to get rid of their old stock. 1970, I was not even born in 71. So they are 55-year-old stock, they're trying to get rid of you. But wait for the state-of-art machinery and the weapons from US, Europe, and Israel to hit you. You will really be buried in those tunnels. And you will not even need a burial because the tunnels will be the grave. That is what is going to happen, sir. And on that, how many militia join in? What does Hezbollah do? What does Iran do? And how US retaliates to Iran? There's a point to be seen. And the problem with the Iran is if they don't retaliate now, they are nobody in Middle East. And as long as Khomeini is there, it won't happen. You have two dangerous people in this whole game. I'm telling you, sir. One is Khomeini, one is Xi Jinping. These are the two threats to the world peace. Iran and China. Again, who built them? Who is their guardian? Who is their guardian angel? Barack Hussein Obama, who ran out. So world should remember what Obama has done to the world. And I hope and pray good sense prevails and we don't enter into a radioactive or a nuclear war. But the things, the way I am seeing the galvanization, you have to understand the mindset. They don't die, they become shahid. It's a transformation. For them, for you and me, it's death. For them, it's transformation. I'm trying to reiterate that point. This changes the complete dynamics of the game. They are not dying, they're becoming shahid. So, and there's a Bollywood actor who has a name Shahid Kapoor. So shahid means, when you transform from one life to another life. So you're not dying. So when you sacrifice yourself for the religious cause, the great Allah will give you a life wherein you will have all these avenues and you will be immortal, you will be youth, and your only job is to have intercourse and have fruits and milk and honey for the day. That is what the job is. That is what they believe. Problem is the belief. And some people are saying it's a Mossad failure and all. No. If your international players of China, Korea, North Korea, Pakistan, Turkey, Iran, and few other countries, kind of ganging up against you and the plans are hatched in elsewhere in the land, you can't say it's a Mossad failure. It's an invasion of Iran. Intelligence cannot prevent invasion. Intelligence can prevent intrusions, not invasions. Invasions will happen. Israel has dismantled all the jihadis. I have all the respect for Israelis and I love them. They have dismantled all the jihadis. But sir, there are so many countries which have ganged up against Israel. The point which 𝗼𝗃 has been always trying to make is these countries are ganged up about Israel. It is not Hamas. It can never be Hamas. Unki auqat nahi hai ye. I mean, shouting my lungs out on the first day, it's not Hamas. Very soon you will see a very, very active hand of Pakistan also in this. And don't be surprised, some 𝗏𝗏𝗏 and JIHADIST cadre and some bad teams and some SSJ commandos might be found dead in some point of time in Israeli raids. If this happens, there cannot be a better proof. But why Pakistan is shitting in their pants, they know they are on the target of Israel. Only stumbling block here is Khomeini, Xi, and Kim. These are the three people which can really, really get, put the things out of control and shit can hit the fan. It's about it, but these people can spread it worldwide. If Kim is activated, then the problem comes to South China Sea. Then the problems comes to Asia. That is exactly what China wants. What is Kim's problem when America sends aircraft carriers to Middle East, to Mediterranean? He is none of his business. But you see how China is controlling the things behind the scenes. How China has become the most dangerous country in the world. How US is a state of misplaced priorities where they are trying to fight Russians, but their real problem is with People's Republic of China and Xi Jinping. Unless and until these 2-3 leaders are taken out or whatever, the world cannot be safer as it was 10 years back. Kim, Xi, and Khomeini. If you want to stop the world, you have 3 targets. If you don't want to stop this disaster to happen, then jo Mahakal ki Ichha. I mean, it's a very dangerous situation, so what is brewing up. All American efforts, they try to get this China will give money to China, China will become democratic and then democracy will prevail. They will leave their tactics. No, China has become more dangerous. You enabled Iran that Iran will become democratic. They will become liberal. No, Iran has become more dangerous. Money does not work with Islamic world. Islamic world is based on the concept of Islamic Jihad. Jihad is a state of mind. Shahid is a manifestation of life. They don't die, they become shahid. So this is the enemy you are fighting. Good luck. I hope and pray things get okay. But sir, today, China has lit the fuse. And Obama has been their guardian angel. Let this man go down in the history who created the biggest threat for the world peace.
Thank you so much. Sumitji, one question I have. The incidence of that explosion in Dera Ghazi Khan is too close to this. There has to be some relationship here. I don't know what it is. If
Sir,
there is something there.
There are three aspects. First of all, I had put a tweet also on this, if Sachin Bhai can pull it out. There are three aspects. The first aspect is, Dera Ghazi Khan was enriching uranium for Iran.
Yes.
Right? That is the only reason why it could have been taken down. They were enriching uranium for Iran. Secondly, Dera Ghazi Khan, they were trying to do something to make more bombs because after the arsenal was taken out. Third logic is that Dera Ghazi Khan was there because, the arsenal is already with the United States of America. It's with Saudis in the American Air Base. Now, when the arsenal is there, what can they show? What will Pakistan say? Where did the arsenal evaporate? They said we had an accident in Dera Ghazi Khan, sab khatam ho gaya. Everything got over, and that's how it is. Now, why didn't the radiation come out? Because it was all underground. That is how it happened. These are the only three things. But I suspect with the turn of events, the first looks more logical. They were trying to do something for Iran. This dushmani of Iran and Pakistan is only on the paper. In the hand of hand, when it comes to screwing Hindus and Christians and the world, they are good buddies. Even on Palestine, they are one friend, united friend. No point of view difference on Iran. This is what's happening, sir. This is Dera Ghazi Khan. These are the things I have put. Enriched uranium, Dera Khani Khan be deliberated Iran to meet the alphabet. Enriched uranium of Iran faced possible sabotage during the possible orchestration by the Israel-Bharat. The uranium transit in the Middle East, DG, this is the third thing I told you that, it is already kind of, first thing is that they were enriching for Iran. Second thing, they were trying to now enrich more uranium to make bombs. So we, Israel or whoever had to do it. Third is that they were trying, because they have lost this, because they have lost this arsenal, now they wanted to create a story. What is the story? Arey Baba, we had that accident on Dera Ghazi Khan and that is why the whole thing got burned out and that is why it happened. So these are the only three. I put it long back. I think I put it 4 or 5 days back. These are the only three scenarios which are possible with Dera Ghazi Khan. Why did it happen? I think it was a couple of days back. It was on 11th October. 11th October, I had put this tweet. So these are the only three scenarios which are possible. Right.
Thank you so much, sir. And now let's take a few questions, please. We have a lot to go through, so let's keep it quick. Thank you, Arun Kumar, for becoming a YouTube member. Next one, please. We have gifted one membership for a month to somebody who's a lucky winner. Congratulations to AMS for receiving free membership and thanks for being active and engaging follower of P Gurus. Thank you so much. Next one, please. Magnet Ranga wants to know, Namaskar, the UN hardly seems involved to sort out issues. Has the UN lost relevance?
Sir, it is not a news, it is a proof of concept. I'll end it there.
Next one, please. Kesar wants to know why Muslims want jihad but don't want jihadists as refugees in their backyard.
Very interesting question, Kesar ji, because Muslims want jihad. Jihad, what is jihad? Jihad and what is Islamization? You have to understand. I'll try to briefly explain you. Islamization is political use of Islam. Jihad is a tool to conquer and conquest. So they want to use it against others. But when these jihadis want to come here, they become problem to the political establishment. So they don't want to keep them. So they don't want jihadis, but they want to use jihad. What is this Hamas doing? What is Iran trying to do? They don't want Israel to exist. They want to open a front with Jews and Christians in the name of jihad. It is the power politics. Jihad is the tool.
Next one, please. Virendra Agarwal wants to know, don't you think two-nation theory is a good solution provided they don't repeat the Gandhian mistake of keeping them in both the countries?
Yes, that is when you see, Virendra ji, there's a difference. You see, if you look at the Indian Muslim or the Muslim of this region, he's a converted Hindu. And if you deal with them and if you deal with the Muslims of Middle East, they are altogether different. I have told you numerous times there is a different DNA altogether. You see, I had a colleague, once he was a Jordanian, and he never used to smile. Kabhi hasta nahi tha. So I asked once somebody, I said he was my counterpart, he was running Middle East. I said, why doesn't he smile? He said he's a Palestinian. I said, but his passport is Jordanian. He said, no, they get passports from other countries. but Palestinians don't smile. I could see that anger, that hatred, in his eyes. I mean, that was so prevalent. Imagine a person who never smiles in his whole life. You can see the amount of anguish and hatred. So it's a different thing. Two-nation theory is very accepted. You should have buffer zones. And Benjamin Netanyahu, in my opinion, did a mistake where he allowed 19,000 people to come to Israel every day to work and go back into home. You have to stop this, Mr. Netanyahu. We love you, we respect you, but stop this. This is not going to work. If you need people to help you out, there are other countries like India and all, we can help you out. But we don't get these jihadis into your territory. If you get them, the trouble is going to come. Every day they take information. Every day they tap everything to Hamas in the night. Every piece of Israel, your army movements, your column movements, everything goes back to Israel in the night. This is a reality, Mr. Netanyahu. You have to understand, you cannot buy peace with them. Only force can ensure peace. You cannot buy. Keep them away, you are safe.
Next one, please. Hari wants to know, is Russia covertly pulling the strings behind the curtains to divert attention from Ukraine? China doesn't have the guts to pull this off without Russia's backing.
Hariji, I've been always saying China is like a little dog who will keep his tail in between the legs and run away. But if he gets the support of Putin, that is where he gets the strength. China alone is a pebble. Forget him, is a bubble. But when Russia comes into it, that is what fortifies China's stature. Now, Russia, what do you call it? Putin wants that Ukraine should not get aid. Ukraine should not get help. And that is going to be the next logical step. But Putin will not go to the extent of supporting terrorists and massacring Jews. This is your Iran, Pakistan, Turkey. This is what, and China. China can go to any extent. China, if you can slaughter Uighur Muslims in your own territory, you can literally have mass graves of Uyghurs. Why China can't do this? China can easily do this.
Next one, please. Sagar Fulari wants to know why no one is protesting for Uyghur Muslims.
Because these all Muslims are hypocrites. They love Chinese. They're a Chinese aid and dollar. China paisa deta bhai. It's as simple as that. They don't talk about it. Now nobody has the guts to talk about Uyghur Muslims.
Next one, please. Thank you, the Coimbatore neon sign industry, for becoming a member. Sid Dave, thank you so much. How to convince American and Canadian Hindus to form an alliance with the right-wing parties of these countries? Is it a natural alliance?
This is the only optional alliance available. It's a compulsion, not an option. Because, let me tell you, sir, it might start with Jews, it will not end with Jews. It might start with Jews, it will not end with Jews. I'm trying to hint this for last few months here and there, in between the lines. Now, as the Hamas and Hezbollah, as we have shown that Buddha, that deputy chief of Hezbollah, kindly directly saying that we'll take it to Christians. So it's now, what more do you want me to say?
Next one, please. 𝗤𝙗𝘁𝗎𝘆 Srivastava wants to know whether India had broader Gaza patti than Israel, as yesterday they protested. Namaskar. I don't know.
We had one small protest in Hyderabad and one odd here and there, but moreover, India has been peaceful. And India, we have a very powerful military, we have a very powerful law establishment, and we have a very powerful prime minister. So people know that you have to be here in Awqat, and we have a yogi model of governance, we have UAP, we have a lot of things. And you see, people of India are sensible to the extent that they will not support terrorism. I'll say to 99% of the Muslims. 0.1 I can't talk about, or 1 I can't talk. 99% will not support. That is what I know. But usually when things clear up, things can change a bit on the ground.
Next one, please. Sid Dave, thank you so much. Why is this India versus Pakistan match being celebrated as if this is the World Cup? Are other teams there to do bhangra? Very embarrassing by BCCI.
Arey Sid Dave ji, ek cheez batao aapko Hindi mein. I'll say answer this in Hindi and English both. I have a cup of tea. I have this small tea. My wife puts half a chammach of sugar in it. If I put 5 chammach of sugar in it, can you have it? Can I have it? एक हिंदी में कहते हैं कि चाय को इतनी मीठी बनाओ कि वो पी ना जाए. I think that is what BCCI is trying to do. Put so much of sugar in the tea, you cannot help it. It will become syrup. she will become syrup. Unfortunately, if I can be direct with you, it is our Janta, sir, who are mad at this India-Pakistan match. They see India-Pakistan match as something else. Unless and until this Janta gets out of this obsession, there are two obsessions in India, Bollywood and cricket. And unless and until you get out of these two obsessions, lot of things in the society cannot be put in the right place. And trust me, the day Janta forgoes this mad obsession, you can see a lot of things in our society will be put back in track. There's a lot of rot which is hidden under both these camps. I can't be more direct.
Next one, please. Damanjit Singh wants to know, sir, US having brought in their two carriers indicate they have some info about Iran and their proxies, which seems dangerous. Your views?
Damanjit ji, I explained there are 1.5 million jihadis, chota bada militia milake, they are around Israel. And you've seen this. Why did I show you this Ayyash? Ayyash was fired yesterday. So we have Hezbollah talks of 1,500 surface-to-air missiles. Hamas has surface-to-air missiles. There are 150,000. 1.5 lakh rocket और है. There's a saturation of Iron Dome. So, and now if the Iron Dome saturates and these 500,000, 1.5 million jihadis start attacking Israel. So, don't think General Lloyd Austin as a politician. He's a war veteran. He knows what he's doing. And when he moves such a armada of weaponry there, it's a very, very clear message to Iran and all these 𝗒𝗏 will burn you out. Because Israel may not be able to handle such a force here, and if Iran and Lebanon and all start jumping in, they may not be able to handle it. But with the American presence, things will be handled. America has the power and the firepower to burn out whole of the Middle East. And I'm really, really disappointed with these Saudis. Really disappointed. I mean, they don't have the courage to at least be neutral. They said we support Palestine. Foreign Minister has given the statement. Welcome to the party. Agla Prashna.
Fire of knowledge, thank you so much. I think killing kids and women and girls is to destroy next generation of Israel. The very logic of love jihad to reduce Jew population.
Exactly. Can't agree more. That is where it is. Why are you taking out kids and women? They have said girls of all age. I showed you the video. Girls of all age. Bhai, 5 साल की लड़की मेरे भाई. 5 साल की बच्ची. हमारे यहाँ यार, in our culture, we have our Navaratri starting from today. Sir, in 9 Navaratri, what will we do on Ashtami? We'll get these small girls, we'll wash their feet, and we'll drink the water, and we treat them like our Devi Mata. We treat them as Ma Durga. That is our culture. That is how we treat our daughters. My home, there'll be Navaratri, there'll be 9, 11 girls coming, a boy coming, we'll wash their feet and all. That is how we, that is how we treat girls. Here, 5-year-old girl is a rape target of this bloody jihadi. 5 साल की बच्ची भाई. What are we talking here? Next question.
Saurabh Veermani wants to know, how do you see things happening in Australia? There was a big procession at Sydney a couple of days ago in favor of Hamas. Kindly elaborate.
Sir, it's a long discussion altogether, but what I can tell you, unless and until these people start getting, batons will not cover them, tear gases will not cover them. Freedom of expression is the opium of these people, and unless and until you start using brute force, which will mean batons and bullets put together, will not be able to control them. You have to have this yogi model of governance. You have to have a UAPA. You have to start picking them and putting them in jails. Unless until you do them, this will span wide open. And I have been kind of giving caution messages to my brothers in Canada especially. Because there is a dangerous cocktail. Your Khalistanis and your Jihadis and your ISI, and they can work at free in Canada. So be careful in Canada. Just watch what are you doing, where are you doing. Avoid going out in the public and all for some time.
Pradeep Tumati, thank you so much. Can the Gaza trip turning into a full-scale human tragedy? And if that were to occur, how would the world respond to the loss of 2 million lives?
I'm telling you, brother, we have already 1.5 million jihadis harrowing Israel. They have surrounded Israel. We have weapons. They're all pointed toward Israel. Chota sa Israel. The whole of Middle East is eyeing Israel. I don't know where it will go. People will die. But I'm telling you again, Israel does not have a long window within Gaza. When they enter Gaza, they do whatever they have to very fun. There will be casualties. There will be casualties on the both sides. but the proportion might be 1:10. Unfortunately, some of our brothers of Israel IDF will have to die. It's unfortunate but true. There'll be more casualties because if Israelis keep down their weapons, there'll be no Israel. If Arabs keep down their weapons, then the war will stop. But if Israelis keep down their weapons today, after a week, there'll be no Israel. And what you've seen with these kids and women, that will happen with everybody. And thank our Prime Minister Modi, thank our Indian Army, which are protecting you. And let me tell you one more thing. Today, as predicted, sir, China and Congress are on the same line. Sir, Degashi, sir, China and Congress are on the same line. Alliance has not made it clear on this. How come always China and Congress are on the same line? ये भी एक चमत्कार है.
Next one, please.
जो हमारा इंडियन आर्मी है ना, मैं दो हाथ से सलाम करूं. I thank Prime Minister Modi, I thank our diplomats, I thank our law enforcement, because our enemy is as brutal. It's as brutal. Don't ये मत सोचिए कि वो कम है. They are as brutal. Next question.
Next one, please. Thank you, Aniket. From 2.5 million, 1 million are kids. Stab a Jew is a real game they play. That means growing an army of 10 lakhs in the next 10-15 years. Israel preempting?
It's a very valid point, Ankit ji. That is the game they play. I know about it. I didn't want to bring it up because we don't want to spread hatred. So I didn't want to bring it. I compliment you for this point, Ankit ji. This is a very, very valid point. And Israel has to do something because Israel has a right to, because it will not stop at Israel. It will be Israel, Christian, Hindu. Aisa chalega. Jew, Christian, Hindu. I don't think you are out of the radar. Let me tell you directly. They have not taken your name yet because Jews and Christians are a big majority. Aapka bhi number aayega. They will start talking about you. And if you look at Pakistanis, all the Jihadis, they are already started talking about 𝗤𝙗𝙬𝗎. What is 𝗤𝙗𝙬𝗎? Convert India into an Islamic Republic. That is 𝗤𝙗𝙬𝗎. So you are on the target. You are a moving dartboard. Let's not kid ourselves.
Next one, please. Narayan P wants to know, don't you think something is simmering underground which would burst in a few days, which could bring a few more countries openly in this war?
Narayanji, absolutely right. This is what I have been saying from the day one, and I don't change my stand. And I've been talking to you with all the logics and facts. And I have so many videos. If I start putting them, I will not get an opportunity to talk. But this is a reality. When this Ukraine-Russian conflict was saying, I was saying there is no chance of World War, and I was right. I'm telling you, we are on the cusp of a World War III. We are exactly there. And if these Iranis act stupid, or if the Xi Jinping activates the pet dog, Kim, then the problem is there. She is very dangerous person, as Xi Jinping.
Next one, thank you, Gurkha Sunil. Brahmastra on Hi Allah, blame it on Xi or Kim?
No, it is not the Brahmastra on blaming on Xi or Kim. That, you see, they can get the whole world involved. Today, the conflict is within Middle East. But if Xi and Kim gets involved, they will pull us and everybody into it. That is the problem. That's the point I'm trying to make. Xi and Kim can bring it to Asia. And if Asia gets involved, then, फिर तो ठीक, देखा जाए.
Next one, please. Thank you, Sumit Bhandari. Thank you, my namesake. Sumit ji, how imminent is the risk of something like that happening in India or Western countries? कहीं भी हो सकता है.
कहीं भी हो सकता है मेरे भाई, कहीं भी हो सकता है. Yesterday, I didn't put those videos under a purpose of I have seen millions of people thronging the streets in support of Hamas and what they did to Israelis. That's why I told Shishan, I have to today explain the Shahid. What is the Shahid? People don't die, they become Shahid. Manifestation, zinda hai wahan pe. Yahan se uth ke wahan pe aish kar raha hai. You and me die, they will not die. Understand?
Thank you, Fire of Knowledge. Not to worry, let's make them Shahid all.
No, you see, I'll tell you one point, sir, here. There is no comparison between the firepower of Christians or the West. If you look with anybody else, nobody has that firepower. And the technology, nobody has. Israel and America put together, and if Russians join this bloc, there is no chance these people, they will all evaporate. But the question will be, there will be a catastrophic damage to the world and the economy and the ecology and all other things. That is what we are trying to avoid. But if a person is hell-bent in becoming a Shahid, and having said, look at this boy, whose video I showed you, Do you think he doesn't believe he will get 72 versions? He believes he will get 72 versions. He believes he will get 70. He wants to die. You are jaldi maro yaar, par bahut ash hai. What do I say, sir?
Next one, please. Thank you, Aniket. Sumitji, there was a video on Twitter of a soldier rubbing pig fat and blood on bullets and knives. Why? What does this Varaha-astra do?
Varaha-astra is basically to send a message. Even the Israelis have been writing on the rockets they are landing on the planes for the martyrs here, for the martyrs here. They are sending a message to them. It's a very clear. It's look, for Israel, it's a battle of survival. Israel doesn't fight, it will not be there after 15 days. They will kill everybody. They will just slaughter everybody. World dekhta reh jayega. And remember what did Benjamin Netanyahu said? Benjamin Netanyahu said, Hitler, Jews, Hitler approached Jews, fight me, help me fight the world war. Give us money. They said no. He said, okay, I'll throw out the Jews. Initially, the plan of Hitler was to throw out the Jews. Then there was an imam in Palestine, or I forget his name, whatever his crazy name is. He told him, no, inko maro. Why are you sending them here? What will I do with? He gave the idea to Hitler, maro sab, kill them all. This is what Benjamin Netanyahu has said. This is not what I'm saying. This is what the Prime Minister of Israel has said. So, killing and slaughtering people, see, you think it's Hitler. No, piche kaun tha? Today you see it is this, piche kaun tha? Obama tha na? Barack Hussein Obama, pura naam. Hussein mat bhulna beech mein. Agla prashn.
Next one, please. Ankit wants to know, why can't burn Hamas dead bodies as part of psychological warfare?
Leave it to Israelis, they're better than what you may and Kith. They were using bulldozers and dumping them in pits. I didn't know what all did they put there.
Next one, please. Thank you, Manvi Puri, for your generous sticker, for your donation. Manikanta wants to know, Manikanta, I think, do you think this will lead to a final solution?
You see, I'll explain you in a very simple terminology. One is you restart your machine. One is a hard boot. One is a safe mode boot. One, there's a time when it all doesn't matter, you have to format the machine. Format machine hoga, some data will be lost, some programs will not be running. But when you reach the format stage, that's the only option. It's heading to a format. I hope I got it.
Next one, please. Deepankar Pathak wants to know any updates on those Harvardians that have been listed. Well, you may have seen my video yesterday that I aired out. There was a van that was showing all the names of the students who are parts of these clubs. And very soon, they're all in a panic, full-blown panic. Parents were calling them, what the hell? We have given away our one arm and a leg to make you get into Harvard, and this is what you have done. And also, we got news that many of the offer letters were being withdrawn because the names were out. So this is a real abject lesson. You are misinformed. You are making huge mistakes in your life, and you are going to pay it very dearly. These associations have no meaning at all. Why are you there in Harvard? You are there to acquire knowledge, not to group with somebody and make some noise.
Netagiri nahi karne na. Netagiri karna.
Exactly.
Sir, ek point yahan aur hai. Yeah. I want to make one point. This pig fat thing, when you smear the bullets with the pig fat, if you're killed with the pig fat bullet, you will not get Jannat. So you will not get virgins. Secondly, if a woman kills you, then again you will not get Jannat. Why was ISIS afraid of women? ISIS was afraid of a Yazidi woman brigade because they were worried. Arey, mere ko mara, main shahid nahi banunga, baba, main mar jaunga. So this might be a new tactic. So the transformation of Shahid will not happen. He will die then. So pig fat and women are more dangerous. Aise marne ka nahi.
Manvi Puri wants to know, sir, what is India's 25-year plan? The way population of a community is increasing, what is happening in Hyderabad, Karnataka and AMU?
Hyderabad, Karnataka and AMU, there is a bit of problem there. I think AMU we've seen a bit in Hyderabad as well. But the problem right now is very small. Manviji, it's a big topic altogether. I cannot address this. If you ask me what is my personal opinion, if I can put it in a word, one word answer, Dar Vapsi. That should be the logical way out. Because you see, conversion happened under pressure. If people are coming back to their roots, That is the logical thing to think, because somebody put a sword like you, bhai convert ho jao. So you converted. There is nobody putting a sword right now. No, you should volunteer and convert back.
Right.
Let me tell you, the ex-Muslim population in India has reached mind-boggling numbers. Mind-boggling numbers. I was with one of the ex-Muslim in his channel a few days back. He's a good friend of mine. So, by a personal conversation, he says, Sumit bhai, it has reached mind-boggling numbers. Even MBS is ex-Muslim. He's not only declaring it. So things are changing. Evolution is constant. You don't have to worry. Hold strong to your Sanatan. Never think Hindus are 8th class, 10th class citizens in your country. Hindus will be eliminated. Sanatan will be... No. Nobody could eliminate us in 1,000 years. Ab to sawal bhi nahi uthta.
Next one, please.
My editor ji is saying 1.2 crore ex-Muslims in India. I told you some mind. Yeah.
Rajni Bhaskar wants to know, if needed, would India supply ammunition to Israel?
Rajni ji, that is a diplomatic question that Prime Minister Modi and Dr. Jaishankar and the Cabinet Committee on Security will decide. But in my personal opinion, yes, we will have to, because Israel has given us ammunition, coordinates, everything as and when we need it. And there are a lot of companies of Israel which have a joint venture in India. If Israel places order on them, logically we are supposed to supply. It's not that Israel ko weapon they were supposed to supply. We'll be fulfilling those things. Israel has given us ammunition. One time is when we were in this Kargil attack and all, Israel put out its own missile defense batteries and sent to India. They have done this. They have brought down their own batteries. They didn't have spare batteries. They sent it to India. We returned them back. Israel is a brother we love. We stand with Israel. There's no chance we don't support Israel. But the final decision is not taken by people like me. There are competent people like Prime Minister Modi, Dr. Jaishankar and Cabinet Committee on Security. They will take the decision. But my personal 2 cents, yes, we must and we should.
2.6 crores as per Pew survey.
चलिए जी, और अच्छी बात है. बढ़ना चाहिए यार. Double करो, triple करो, चौगुना करो. I mean, my number is always around this. My number is around 3 crores, what I have been told informally. But let's see.
Next one,
ये जो
please.
24 crore में तो 21 crore ही रह गया ना. Out of 24 crores, stays on 21 crores. And at this
All right.
3.
Manikanta is my name, not money, no tha, ha. Thank you so much, Manikanta. So, next one, Rajni Bhaskar, if needed, ho gaya ye. Next one. DJM asks Sumit sir, what will happen if in the future Iran gets involved and US asks India for support? Will we get involved?
You see, today, what I brought a very important point in between. I said, General Lloyd Austin says there is nothing called neutrality. Beach ki jagah nahi hai bhai. Either you are with them, you are with us. So we don't want to be on the wrong side, in my personal opinion. Right, Sree sir? We don't want to be on the wrong side.
Yeah.
We don't want to.
Next one, Rajkumar Bhargav. Qatar is saying it will stop gas export if retaliatory bombing of Gaza is not stopped. Do you think this threat is real?
You see, Qatar can do this, but Qatar is playing the biggest bluff of its life. If you are going in a fast-moving car and if you keep your arm out, bhai ruko, the next car can come and hit you. If you don't have the gas, why does I can be direct here. If you don't have the gas, why does world need Qatar? Tum aisa kya ugate ho bhai? And if we stop supplying your food and water, you cannot eat gas, na? You cannot eat this. You cannot eat this reta. You have desert. Remember, you cannot eat sand. We supply you food. We stop you food. Pani ruk jayega tumhara. If Israel takes out your desalination plants, and Qatar consumes maximum per capita water in the world. All water is running by desalination plants. Israel has to take out your 2 plants, or Americans, and we have to stop supplying you food. Khao re, or pure gas, or phat jao. Auqat mein raho, yaar. Auqat mein raho. These idiots should be in auqat. Don't. We are paying you hardcore money. You are not doing a favor to us.
Next one, please. Sree Chakravarti, thank you so much. As libertarian, Hindu, atheist, proud of you guys. Thank you so much, Surit. And that brings us to a close of today's program. Swinji, you have a message for us, as always.
Sure. Sir, sabse pehle, first of all my brothers, sisters, wherever you're watching in the world, we chose to come on a Saturday morning because we wanted you to be updated and all. Please share this video. Please like and subscribe the channel, because we want our reach to go more global. We want more and more people to know. And fortunately, Mahakal ki aisi kripa, whatever I say, 98% of it comes true. So I'm warning you months in advance what is going to happen, how the undercurrents look. So on that note, Jai Hind, Vande Mataram, Bharat Mata ki Jai, and Jate Jate, Har 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 Mahadev.
Thank you.